Hello, America. Just a regular American. I'm rather saddened by everything that's been going on for many years. And I'm not just talking about the 4 years with Trump, talking about my entire childhood. I have watched America slowly slide down a very slippery slope. And I wanted to talk to the American people about it. I am saddened by all the violence. I am angry at all the name calling, at just the outright anger, the outright hatred, the unwillingness to come together, discuss our differences, try to be better than what we once were. Instead, we just keep getting worse. And I do think that most of the blame falls on our leadership, on our government. They all seem to just want one thing: power. They don't seem to care about our rights. They don't seem to care about what's best for the country. They only care about how much they have in their bank account, how much power they can get, and how many people that they can get to follow a narrative that they have created to make their adversaries look worse. And I'm an independent. I don't follow either Democrat or Republican. They're both guilty of it. Both of them. All they care about is power anymore. And I have slowly watched generations just slowly get manipulated. I have watched them get dumbed down. And here recently, I've started seeing socialism taking over. I'm an American. I believe in democracy. I do not believe government should tell you how you should live, how you should be happy. I believe that is each individual's own choice. Government's job is to make sure that the country runs smoothly, its citizens are taken care of, and, everybody has their fair share. I do not believe the government should tell you where you should work, how much you should make, or what you should be doing with your life. That's your personal freedom to choose for yourself. I am slowly watching our freedoms be destroyed. I do not agree with this. Now, I do not stand for communism, socialism. I do believe in democracy. If socialism wants to have a say in our governmental system, then they need to create a party, a political party, and they can come to the table and discuss their ideals. And then we can vote on it. But an underhanded country takeover, I'm not for. I will not follow a socialist order. I will follow law and order. I am not a God-fearing man, but I am spiritual. I do believe in a higher power. I do believe in evil. In the many years I have lived, I have seen a lot of evil. I've had to fight against a lot of evil just to survive. And now I see evil rearing its head again. And I am concerned. Now the politicians have turned Americans against Americans, We are now in the midst of another American Revolution. I do not believe this is the way to go. Violence only brings more violence, brings more hate. I do believe our system needs to be updated. Our government needs to be updated. Our politicians need to be held accountable for what they vote for, what they stand for. We put them in their office, and yet they ignore us. I'm not calling for any type of movement. I don't want any protest. Because when you protest, yeah, you might be going there to let people know what your thoughts are, what your beliefs are. But there will be groups of people there that don't care about your beliefs. They don't care why you're there. They're just there to bring discontent, bring anarchy, bring violence. Basically, it destroys the message you're trying to get out there, to get your government to listen, to get your government to finally, oh, this is not what they want. Instead, now it's all about, oh no, what a tragedy, people are hurt. So the protests did not work. In fact, it backfired. So the protests are not working. Now, I'm not against anybody's movement. It's your God given right to have your own thoughts, your own beliefs. I also believe what is true for one person is not true for another. My truth will not be your truth. You have not lived in my shoes. I haven't lived in yours. We all have our own truths. We have our own wants. We have our own needs. I want America to be better. I do want America to be great again. But violence, hatred, throwing the race card just to get your way, it's not the way to go. I've been called racist my entire life. People that know me know how laughable that actually is. Me, I just don't trust people. People are violent. People don't think. People only act. I'm asking America, please, stop acting out. Start thinking. Think for yourselves. On top of that, if your government is not working for you, then those people who are not doing their job should not have their job, should they? To all the politicians in America, if you are not going to work for the people that put you in that office, you should not have that job. I'm just asking you to do your job. Your job is to listen to us, provide to the states that you are representing the funds they need, the help they need. You are not meant to be in your little seats of power to try to gain more power. That's not American democracy. American democracy is people with conflicting views, conflicting beliefs, coming together to figure out what is the best course so everybody can be equal and have a chance to pursue their own happiness. It is not your job to tell us what we're allowed to pursue. Your job is to make sure that we have the opportunity to pursue it. That's your job. And These political games that's constantly being played by both the left and the right needs to stop. People's lives are at stake. The American people are not your pawns. They're not your little pieces on a game board for you to play your little games with. We put you in the offices because we believed you knew what you were doing. And you lied to us. You told us you knew what you were doing. You proved otherwise. If you're not going to do your job, resign. Let us elect people who actually will be in there and do the job. It's just that simple. But the problem is all you politicians don't want to give up your power. It saddens me. The U.S. government is destroying America. The American people getting restless. They're getting tired. They are fed up with all these narratives that are being thrown at us from every angle. A lot of people are confused. A lot of people believe some narratives to be true, others to be false. It's hard to figure out what is true, what is false, what is real, what is fantasy. That's the thing about you politicians. You're good at blurring reality. So then you guys can continue doing your little games, getting your paychecks, enjoying cozy homes, and enjoying a job that you guys get to decide whenever you guys get to go to work. And you guys get to take long hiatuses whenever you guys choose to. Usually whenever we need you in office the most. I'm calling for the politicians to do their jobs. I'm asking the American people, stop the violence. Killing other Americans is not going to prove a point. It's not going to solve a problem. It's just going to make new ones. If you have a problem with how something is handled, then follow due course. Talk to your representatives. Talk to mayors. Talk to anybody that will listen. There are people that will listen. And if enough of us speak out without violence, maybe we'll finally be heard. But the moment you turn it to violence, it will fall on deaf ears. I've decided to do this through social media. That way, no one can show up and turn it violent. This is not violence. This is not an attack. This is just an American reaching out to other Americans, trying to get them to understand we can do better. The thing is, we have to stand up and make sure our voices are heard. I do care about this country. I don't see myself as a patriot. I'm just an American. And I'm rather fed up with what I've been seeing lately. We can be better. I ask, can you be better?